Monster movies are hugely popular and successful in the horror franchise, but a challenge is faced when you're forced to create a good movie and a good monster. Oftentimes the ball is dropped with the monster being bad and the movie being good, or vice versa, which is what we're discussing today. This is the top 5 best horror movie monsters in Terrible Movies Part 2. Coming in at number 5 we have Toilet Ghoul from Ghoulies 2. Ghoulies is a very peculiar horror series that consists of 4 films and 1 novel. The films themselves center on a group of small demonic creatures who have a wide range of twisted appearances. In the first sequel, Ghoulies 2, released in 1987, the little demons hide out in the horror house of a traveling carnival, and of course all hell breaks loose. Now, many horror movie fans describe these toilet ghouls as being knockoff gremlins, and to be fair, they have a point. They have limited powers and abilities, including sharp teeth, claws, and tool usage. Yes, tool usage, very vague. Their appearances vary, with one being a small green humanoid to another resembling a rodent, but regardless they are incredibly scary and disturbing to look at despite their limited capabilities. Not to mention, no matter how many times they are almost destroyed, they always seem to find a way to escape or survive. They are resilient suckers, that's for sure. Now, despite this movie being terrible, there ended up being 4 of them, including Ghoulies Go to College and Ghoulies 4, with the last one only containing archival footage of the Ghoulies, which is quite comical actually. Before we jump into number 4, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, it really helps us out a lot. In at number 4 we have Crowley Demon from Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. Also known as the Crowley entity, this monster hails from a truly terrible horror movie, Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. Released in 2007 and directed by John Natz, this movie follows a plumber named Jack, whose family gets slaughtered by a demonic beast. Now, while Jack is fixing pipes with Dr. Crowley, played by the legendary Robert Englund, the professor awakens an evil source and eventually transforms into a monster. So with this evil Crowley demon spreading out of control, Jack harnesses his anger to face the monster and avenge his family. Yeah, this is not a good movie, it's actually quite terrible. Now, the Crowley demon is the primary antagonist of the movie and resembles an enormous slug-like organism. It has tentacles, white hair, and beady black eyes with a giant mouth. It truly is a sight to behold in an abysmal movie. Its powers and abilities are limited but powerful, with them including tentacles, possession, and infection of humans. It's a great looking monster, but sadly the movie let it down. It deserved so much better. Although saying that, many people actually disagree with me, with the movie actually holding many positive reviews, with it currently having a 64% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, although I know none of you have faith in the word of Rotten Tomatoes, so we'll be moving swiftly on. In at 3 we have the Ginger Dead Man from The Ginger Dead Man. Now, some of you are probably screaming right now that I included this monster on our list, but look, he's a joke, but he's also so damn great. Gary Busey voices a gingerbread man. Come on. Released in 2006 and directed by Charles Band, The Ginger Dead Man is a slasher movie that, like I said, stars Gary Busey as the Ginger Dead Man, who is created from a mix of gingerbread spice mix and the ashes of a deceased serial killer, Millard Findlemeyer, who terrorizes a small town bakery. Yep, very much Child's Play vibes. To quote the Ginger Dead Man, I quote, "Well, it sure ain't the Pillsbury f***ing Doughboy." Lol. Essentially, a deceased serial killer becomes a gingerbread man and then he goes on a killing spree. End of story. The appearance of this dude is hilarious, but in all the best ways. He's essentially just a gingerbread man wielding a giant meat cleaver. It's amazing. He also pops up in 2 more sequels, including Ginger Dead Man, Saturday Night Cleaver. Yes, this is a real movie. I love it. What a joke. Coming in at number 2, Pyramid Head Silent Hill. Now, some of you may yell at me for this because Silent Hill has quite the intense following, but I think we can all admit that the movies weren't the best, even the first one. Potential was there, but the ball was dropped. Released in 2006 and directed by Christopher Gans, Silent Hill is an adaptation of Konami's 1999 video game of the same name. The film stars Radha Mitchell, Sean Bean, and Jodelle Furland, and follows Rose, a mother who takes her adopted daughter Sharon to the town of Silent Hill, a town which Sharon has been crying for while sleepwalking. The movie is creepy, yes, but good, well, that's questionable. Pyramid Head, however, is by far one of the most terrifying monster creations, in my opinion that is. This dude is freaky as hell. We are first introduced to Pyramid Head in Midwich Elementary School while Rose is looking for her daughter. He stands out simply because of the giant pyramid atop his head, as well as the giant knife he wields. He also seems to be unaffected by attempts to stop him, and in one moment he lifts the character in the air with one hand and rips the skin off their body in one movement. This dude is truly terrifying. To make things even more terrifying, he is also around 7 feet tall. Yep, you don't really stand a chance if you stumble across this monster in a dark hallway. You're a goner. And finally, in at number 1, we have Pumpkinhead from Pumpkinhead. You demanded it, and so it is here. There were so many comments requesting I put this movie monster on our list, so you're welcome. Released in 1988 and directed by Stan Winston, Pumpkinhead follows Ed Harley, a man who, after his son dies in a hit-and-run accident, seeks revenge against the teenagers responsible. He does this by summoning the demon Pumpkinhead to hunt down and kill the group. However, when Ed discovers a deep bond between himself and Pumpkinhead, he begins to have second thoughts about the monster, and he must attempt to take down Pumpkinhead before it's too late. Fun times. Yes, the movie is as bad as it sounds, however, saying that, it has developed quite the intense cult following over the years, with many hardcore fans worshipping Pumpkinhead. However, it's safe to say it's so bad it's good kind of movie, which is why it's on my list. Now, to quote the Pumpkinhead poem, I quote, "Keep away from Pumpkinhead unless you're tired of living. His enemies are mostly dead, he's mean and unforgiving. Laugh at him and you're undone, but in some dreadful fashion. Vengeance he considers fun and plans it with a passion. Time will not erase or blot a plot that he has been brewing. It's when you think that he's forgot, he'll conjure your undoing. Bolted doors and windows barred, guard dogs prowling in the yard. Won't protect you in your bed, nothing will from Pumpkinhead." Lovely stuff. Now, this dude is absolutely terrifying to behold, with a large lumpy head and thick legs with long arms with 2 bulbs sprouting from his shoulders. He is very reptilian in appearance and has the tail of a devil with long claws he uses to kill. He is an unforgiving monster and will draw out his cat and mouse game for his own entertainment. He is better than his movie though, which is why he makes it onto our list. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any horror movie monsters that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 2. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos, top 5 horror movie victims who don't deserve their fate part 3. Charles Eckelberger said, "Keegan should be relieved that he is not on Lucy's hosts that do deserve their fate list." If I had one, he'd be number 1, to be honest. Who said he's not on it? You don't know my list. There's one person on that list and it's Keegan. He deserves the fate. Although I actually think, after reading some comments, people genuinely think I hate Keegan, and I don't. We don't hate each other. We have a very brother-sister relationship. Sorry to burst your bubble, because I also saw your comment saying that you wanted us to be together. It's not happening. Zachary Terry said, "He's Spanish and it's pronounced Trejo." Okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm not Spanish. I did my best. I thought it was Trejo, but now I know it's Trejo, so it won't happen again. Thank you for letting me know. All of you let me know. Schizo Calypso said, "Lucy's cardigan looks so snuggly." I don't know what cardigan I was wearing, but it probably was snuggly, because I have the best clothes. And they're all snuggly. And that's the fact of life. Jason King said this was the best list of this series thus far. Well, thank you. If you want another one, we'll do another one, and I'm sure that one will be the best of the series, because every video I do is better than the last. Tim DePlessis said, "Why in the world did you mention cutting moments? I can't unsee that video. Dang you, beautiful Lucy." Well, I'm sorry. I mention a lot of things. I don't really think you're gonna go and seek them out, but if you sort out cutting moments, that's your problem, not mine. Because cutting moments is truly disgusting, and that's some f***ed up that will never leave my brain. So if you sort it out, that's on you. Now we share that. We share those memories of cutting moments. No one seek it out, but it is on YouTube if you want to. Wet Paint said, "Lucy, what do you want for Christmas?" To go home for Christmas. That's what I want for Christmas. I want to be able to go to the UK. I might be able to. We'll see. I'll find out today, I think. That's what I'm hearing. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and until next time, I'll see you later. The films themselves center on a group of small demonic creatures who have wide range. Now, while John is fixing pipes. John. Jack. What? Who the f*** John?
Oh, the director.
Oh, I meant Jack. Who with me, with the movie actually holding potentially was. What the f*** am I talking about?